Hey you guys, hope you're having a good Tuesday evening. I wanted to come on right quick. Dolly Denson here, by the way, for those of y'all that are new to my page. But I wanted to come on here for a quick second and tell y'all a few things that I've done this week that have helped me to meal prep. And I tried to do this video earlier and my signal kept cutting out. So I'm hoping that y'all stick with me this time and the signal doesn't cut out again. But I'm making chicken enchiladas. So my plan for this week, some of the recipes that I'm planning to make are chicken enchiladas, chicken pot pie, and sorry, I keep having things pop up on my phone. Chicken pot pie, what was the other one? Meatloaf. And then we have some chicken fajitas left over from our New Year's Eve party. So between those four things, that will stretch us out for this week. And my meal prepping is normally something that I do more so on Sundays, but because, hey Maggie, but because of the holiday and everything, I'm off schedule. But I wanted to tell y'all a few things that I do that I thought might be helpful for you no matter what you're making. One of them is when I plan out my week, I write those things out, I go to the grocery store, and then I take my recipes that I'm going to use and I put them in a little sheet protector thing like this, and I have something on it. And then I put that on the fridge, and so I have all my recipes ready to go for the week. And then as I'm using the recipe, if I get stuff on it, like I did on the back of this one, it doesn't ruin the paper. Then the other thing that I wanted to tell y'all about, over the yesterday, I got an Instant Pot, if y'all didn't see my post earlier in the week. So I got an Instant Pot. I bought it with some money that I was given for Christmas. It's like the best money spent ever because it's the most wonderful thing. It helps so much with meal prepping. So yesterday I used the Instant Pot to make hard-boiled eggs, some chicken breasts that I then shredded for the chicken enchiladas and the chicken pot pie this week. And then, what was the other thing? Sweet potatoes and regular potatoes. So I made all of those yesterday so that we can use those to eat this week and have some healthier options available instead of the kids trying to grab the Christmas cookies and other things that are laying around the house still. So I did those things, and then I packaged them up. Sorry, I almost dropped you. I packaged them up in bags like this, and so for the chicken pot pie, I froze it so that I'm going to make that probably Thursday or Friday. And then the chicken enchiladas I plan on making tonight. So I measured the chicken out after I shredded it. I measured it according to the recipe and put that in the fridge so it's ready to go for tonight. Hey Maria, I'm sure I'll message you and see what kind of recipes you're looking for. I have quite a few that I rotate through. And then as far as this recipe goes, it calls for onion. So one thing that I have found of the things that I'm prepping or that I'm making each week, onion is a very common thing in a lot of the recipes. So what I do is chop up the onion ahead of time when I can, and I save it in a Ziploc bag, and you can freeze this, and it works just as well as fresh. So you can freeze this ahead of time. So what I usually do is I'll chop up an onion or two, measure out what I need for this recipe, and then I will save the rest in a plastic bag in the freezer for next time. So for this recipe tonight, I already had some in the freezer, but it wasn't enough because I'm tripling the recipe since everybody's home right now. And so I cut up some more, and I still have some left over. So I will put this away, and it will be ready to go for the next recipe, which will probably be my chicken pot pie recipe that I make later in the week. So those are a few things that I do. Another thing that I do is for this particular recipe, it has a taco seasoning mixture that it calls for. And so earlier in the week, what I'll do is go ahead and mix up this seasoning, and I'll make multiple batches of it so it's ready to go. I can just scoop it out for the recipe tonight. So that helps me as well. Oh, and then the last thing I wanted to tell you, and I promise I'm going to let you go and not keep this video too long. One thing I learned the other day, which you may know this already, but I had never known this. When you cut up onion, you know how it has the fumes and it makes you like cry and tear up and stuff like that? I never have trouble with that for the most part because I wear contacts, so it's kind of like a shield for my eyes. So I typically am not bothered by that. But my husband, Dustin, often is. So at our New Year's Eve party, he was cutting up onion, and this particular brand of onions that I've been buying, they're really fragrant. And so he was like getting teary-eyed and stuff, you know, just from cutting up the onion. And my stepdad, Pete, said that if you put it in the refrigerator, it tames some of those fumes so that they're not so strong when you're cutting them. I never knew that. Did y'all know that? I had no idea. So I need to start doing that with our onions. I don't typically have much trouble with them, but even this one I cut today, when I first cut it open, I started getting teary-eyed, even though it typically doesn't bother me since I have the contacts. So, so thanks for watching. I hope that helps y'all. Is there anything in particular that you struggle with as far as meal planning or meal prepping? Is there something, some particular thing that you just can't seem to kind of get a grasp on that kind of holds you back from planning out your week? If you'll comment below and let me know that, I'll see if I can do some more videos like this to help out if it's something that I have managed to to work through. I am in no way perfect, no way an expert, but I love sharing the little things like this that help me just because the weeks are so busy and it's so hard to eat well. And if you don't plan it out ahead of time, it makes it even harder. So if there's something in particular you struggle with, comment below and let me know, and I will definitely let y'all know. Oh, you didn't know? That's so funny, Maggie. So you wear contacts too? Yeah, I've never had trouble with onions, and Dustin always would. And so I'm like, it must be my contacts. And then I had, like a year ago when I had some issues with the goat hair getting in my eyes when we were shaving the goats, and then I had an eye infection for a while. I couldn't wear my contacts. And then I started cutting up onions, and I was like, holy moly, it was my contacts that were keeping me from having the trouble with the fumes. So yeah, I definitely think it makes a difference. So y'all comment below, let me know what you struggle with, and I'll be happy to see if I can help you. Well, maybe that is true though. That's funny. Maybe Dustin is too, I don't know. But anyways, y'all have a great night, and have a great rest of your week. Maggie, since you're gonna be off for a couple more days. But y'all have a great rest of your week, and let me know if there's anything that I can help y'all with. I would love to help. All right, y'all have a great night.